honor to be the president of the Board of Trustees for the Great Pennsylvania State University. But I want to say a couple of different things that try to put some light on the last couple of months. The first that I want to say to the entire Penn State community is that we have been through a very difficult experience together. We have tried to do the right thing. All of us, including the board, with the wisdom of hindsight, could have done things differently. We still have respect and gratitude for Coach Paterno's legacy and for his many contributions to Penn State. And to Dr. Spanier for his years of dedicated service and leadership that made Penn State one of America's greatest universities. Second, I welcome and endorse Judge Freeh's interim report and recommendations. They're consistent with the overarching vision that I want the board to exemplify, and that is change, reform, and transparency. Penn State is one of the best teaching and research universities in the world. My job, and that of the other trustees, is to work with President Erickson to make sure that that always remains so. We all take this obligation seriously. Our students, our alumni, our faculty, and the entire state deserve no less. Before I get to today's meeting, let me first affirm the board's wholehearted support for President Erickson's new leadership. In recent weeks, President Erickson has made clear what Penn State is all about. As he has said, the actions of an individual do not define Penn State. The work of our 96,000 students, 44,000 full and part-time faculty and staff, and more than 500,000 loyal and dedicated alumni define us. Equally important, President Erickson has also made clear that Penn State's values do not begin with what is lawful or unlawful. They begin with what is moral versus immoral, and with doing what's right. In today's meeting, the board discussed a number of issues. Most importantly, we established 3 core principles that will guide us in the months and years to come. First, there is no higher priority for us than to be fair to victims of abuse. The criminal legal process will take its course, and it would be wrong to prejudge its outcome. But let me be clear. We and President Erickson will find a way to make sure that Penn State helps the victims of this tragedy. Immediately, we will reach out to the victims we know of and seek to pay for their abuse-related health costs, to pay for related counseling they have had to have to date, and to pay for counseling going forward related to abuse. Regarding litigation against the university, the board and President Erickson will do our very best to work out a process that does not take any victims through years of litigation. We want fairness for them, and we want healing for them. And we do what we can to help the victims find these, which includes full cooperation with Judge Freeh's investigation, and every investigation into Mr. Sandusky. Second, the board will increase our own transparency with the public as well. We will work with President Erickson to improve the entire university's openness. President Erickson has already begun this process through town hall meetings with alumni. I and other members of the board will begin holding similar town hall meetings with students, faculty, and alumni later in the year, starting actually this week with faculty. The more we learn, the more we can communicate our thoughts, the better. In addition, the board is going to form our own task force to examine our governance and determine whether we can make changes that would improve our oversight of the university, as well as our accessibility to it. We will certainly take into account what we hear from the university community on that front as well. Third, the board will work with President Erickson to ensure that there is a proper balance in our university between athletics and academics. While football has been the university's most public face, our academics, our research contributions and our alumni contributions and achievements are that which define us most, and is the evidence to everyone, the incredible students and faculty that we have here. In conclusion, ultimately the students, alumni, and faculty are why I am here, why every trustee sits on this board, to serve Penn State and its community, and to do so with pride. That is exactly what we are going to do, and now I'm happy to take your questions. And before that, though, we'd like to introduce our Vice Chair, Keith Mosser.
Thank you, Karen.